Hey everyone, I'm Lauren Parajon.
And I'm Lauren Butler.
We're longtime friends, same name, different zip codes, and 1,000 miles apart.
Once upon a time, we tried new challenges every month. Now, we're just trying to make it through motherhood, midlife, and messy mornings with a little humor and a lot of heart.
So welcome to Are We Doing This? Real talk for real life at 40.
So, are we doing this?
Looks like it. Let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Are We Doing This? And we are here at the end of 2025. Hey Lauren, how's it going?
Hey, happy almost New Year. How
Happy almost
exciting.
New Year.
I love your background. You're so
Oh, thank
Western because
you.
you're currently in Texas, correct?
Yes, I'm currently in Texas. I am at my in-laws' house. This is my mother-in-law's a portrait of her former horses that she used to
wow.
own. Yeah,
Beautiful.
it's actually really pretty. So I'm definitely
Man.
giving good Western Texas vibes in here.
You are, yeah. What's the temperature
yeah.
there?
Oh my gosh, right now
Yeah.
it is. Oh, it's actually cold today. It's 37
Oh,
at the
wow.
moment, which is weird
Okay.
because
Yeah.
all last week it was like literally like 75, 80 degrees. It was
Wow.
so warm. It was
I was just thinking,
wild.
my older sister and my younger brother, nope, my younger brother, my younger sister are both in Texas right now. They're in Dallas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're going to Netflix house today to do like
Oh,
the
fun.
Netflix house experience thing. But yeah, I was just
Okay.
like, man, my family's there. Y'all should just meet up and
I
go to
know.
Micosina and get a mambo taxi. Because it's
Oh my
my
gosh.
brother sent
I
us a
need,
picture in the like family thread of just like a margarita and the chips and salsa at
oh
Mambo at Micosina. I was like, oh my God, I can
my
taste
gosh.
it.
I might need to go to Micosina on New Year's Day to have
Yeah.
a marg or a mambo taxi, or maybe both, because
To
I have
break
not
your
been
sober
drinking
fest.
all
Oh
of
my
December.
gosh.
And it's the 30th, so I'm on the home stretch.
Like, do you
Yeah.
have any, because a lot of people do dry January. Do you have any
Yeah.
like desire to keep going or
Maybe. Yeah.
treat yourself and then keep going?
I know, maybe treat myself and then keep going. Because I don't want
Yeah.
to, I don't know, man. I have thought to myself that I don't know that I want to be 100% sober.
Right.
That I could, but regardless, I think I'm going to minimize, like, or at least reduce how much I drink because I
Yeah.
definitely notice that I feel better.
Yeah.
Of like the regular weeknight wine type of
Okay.
habit. But the longer I do it, I'm like, well, maybe I should though, just go
Just keep
100%
going.
because man, it does. I notice the difference for sure.
Yeah. And I just realized that my language in saying treat yourself is problematic concerning alcohol because
Well,
it shouldn't be a treat yourself
a
to some
treat.
poison, right?
Yeah. To some poison.
But so I
But
understand
I
the
get
language
it.
and our culture surrounding
Yeah.
alcohol is problematic anyway.
I
But like
mean,
what I would have to think is like I'm a vibe drinker, so like if you're
yeah.
at the lake in the summer, like let's say you're without your kids and you're on
Yes.
some kind of trip, like would a cold beer amplify? I just have like
Right.
the best beer I've ever had in my life was actually at your lake on your boat,
Aw.
at your lake house with your dad, and we had like Corona with lime.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think it was like back in our college days when like we didn't drink craft beer or
Yeah.
anything, so like a Corona with lime was fancy,
Was
right?
fancy. Yeah.
And so I just remember like it tasted so good, and I think it was like the vibes in
The
the
sun,
atmosphere.
and we were at the
So
boat and it was probably hot. That's like
right, so like I think
perfect.
I could quit if I was just I could like not be a at home like drinker,
Wine,
but like I don't
regular
know when
wine
I'm
drink.
out
Yeah.
and doing if I'm in Mexico, I think I
I
have to have a
know.
margarita with my
Yeah, exactly.
guacamole. So
But I kind of think like it might just be a matter of figuring out yummy, fancy drinks to drink
yeah,
that like taste
that
good.
aren't
Because
yeah.
honestly, if they don't have alcohol in them, I don't need the
Well, alcohol
booze.
doesn't taste
I
good.
think.
Like
I
like when I
know.
think about it, I'm like beer actually is not delicious. Like it could
Right.
be refreshing, but like so can
And
sparkling water.
Right. And like they make some non-alcoholic beers now that are pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
If you're in the mood for like a beer, which I rarely
right.
am, but sometimes just hits the spot. Like
Hmm.
we went to play putt-putt actually with Ashley and Joy and family,
Yeah.
and it was hot last week, and we were putt-putting outside, and everybody got a beer, and I was like, oh, that looks the
Oh,
same. Like that
looks
looks nice, like a
fabulous.
cold beer when you're like
Yeah.
outside. So anyway, so yeah, I might have to here in just a few. I only have 2 days left, and
Wow.
then of the
Go get a
year, and
mambo
then
taxi if you
maybe I
want one,
will. It would be
and
great to
then
go to
start over.
Micosina and have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried
So
to
we'll see.
do dry January last year, and
Yeah.
January 4th, I went snowboarding, and my friend Zach on the chairlift just handed me a flask. I'm like, well, here we go. So I
Well,
was like,
well,
well, Well, here we go. So yeah,
Fine.
I failed it, but I mean, honestly, these being on the GLP-1, I actually have far
Yeah.
fewer cravings for like. There's not
Okay.
moments where I'm like, oh, I really would like a drink right now. I have
Yeah.
heard that can be one of the side effects. Like, I'm still having a drink now and then, like if I really want one, but yeah, I'm not. It's
Just
not
less
as like
craving.
doesn't sound as good as it used to. So
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well,
yeah,
tell us about Christmas. How has
look at
Christmas been?
us. Oh, so our Christmas this year was so chill because I feel like doing, big Thanksgiving and then Mexico. So we were just
Yeah.
like, and it doesn't feel super like Christmas. So we just did
It's
our
been warm.
traditional, yeah, we let the kids open a gift the night before on Christmas Eve. And then we did Christmas morning
Cute.
at the house. And we went to my parents' house for like my dad, they gifted each of the kids like a safe, right? And then he was like, oh, I
Oh.
forgot to put money in the safe. So I hid 25 envelopes per kid around the house per
Oh
kid.
my God.
And me and my sister are looking at each other like, y'all never did this for us when we were kids.
I want
These
25
kids,
envelopes
it
of
was
money.
just cash, like flat, like cash. I'm not going to tell you the grand total because I was like, Dad, this is
It's like
ridiculous.
a little too much. Yeah.
Of course, the kids had a blast with it. And it was kind of fun for
Hmm.
them to have their own money that they could then buy something they didn't get that they wanted. Because,
Oh,
like,
that's
the,
fun.
the night
Yeah.
before, on Christmas Eve, my daughter, Havana, she goes, I hope Santa gets me a Rapendler. And I'm like, what the fuck is a
What
Rapendler?
is
Like,
that?
did you tell Santa you want one and what it is? Because I Googled it and there's not that's not a thing. She's like, yeah, like one of those bikes where you lay down. I was
Oh.
like a recumbent bike? Like, I only
Oh.
picture like old people on a recumbent lay down bike with like a flag, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
where did you see this and where did you
Where did
find
she
this
get that
name?
idea?
And she said like I always gave them the like Amazon catalog and the like Five Below
Oh, yeah.
catalogs where they would circle stuff and then I just put it in the
Yeah,
trash.
yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
assuming there was
Same.
something in there and that she read it wrong. And so I was like, okay, well, I don't think you told Santa and
Okay.
he's already started delivering. So
Right.
like,
It's
don't
too
look
late.
forward to
The
that.
elves are
Yeah.
done. I
So
love
then
that when
she
the
was,
gift ideas come on like the
yeah.
day before
I was
Christmas
like,
and
he's
you're
already
like,
out. Like, luckily the
ma'am.
Nomad, the whatever that tracker is called, NORAD. I was like, look, he's
Oh
in India
yeah.
right now. He can't go make that.
Smart.
So then when she got her money from my dad, she's like, I'm gonna buy a Rapendler. And so
Rependler.
it's basically a drift trike. Like it's a little sit down,
Oh,
lay down tricycle,
okay.
like that you can drift. And
Is
so
it called a rependler?
no, I don't. There's that word does not exist anywhere. Okay, I googled it. I can't find it.
She made it up. Yeah.
She did. It's just like a drift tricycle. And so I was like, all right. And the after Christmas sales are insane. So this thing was
Really?
like 50% off. And it's literally just a
Amazing.
tricycle. So I'm like, if that's going to get you outside more, you do that.
Yeah, great.
So my son, though, had asked us
Uh-huh.
and Santa for a mini dirt bike because one of his friends has one. And we have been, Cam was like, let's look into it. Let's like, research. Because the good thing is he is our cautious kid. Like he will, like
Okay.
he won't, he doesn't go fast. He doesn't try to do
Yeah.
jumps. He doesn't ride with no hands. Like he's more cautious, right? So
Okay.
than his friends. So we were like, let's talk about it. And then we decided no for Christmas. I was like, I don't think I'm ready. Like
Yeah.
because my nephew asked for one too. And so I talked to my sister and she's like, I don't think we're ready. I'm like, me either.
Yeah.
Well, then he gets this chunk of money, right? And he's like, can I buy
Yeah.
it? And we're letting Havana buy her Rapendler. And so I was like,
rependler.
and so the one we had looked at previously to see if we wanted it, it was 50% off. Okay. So I'm like, okay, if we're
Dang.
going to get one, this is a good time. And we have
Would
the
he just, like-
cabin with acreage.
Okay, I was gonna say,
that-
would he just ride around your neighborhood or
It would
just
be neighborhood, and so my sister is trying to move into our neighborhood. They're
Oh.
they're
Nice.
in works of buying a house basically across our street, which would be
Amazing.
amazing. So it'd be, and I've been trying to think, how do we get these kids off their screens because
Yeah.
my son and my nephew are obsessed with Nintendo Switch
Yeah.
and Fortnite, and I'm like, we have it. I would encourage anything that will get them outside. So I'm like, okay, if this is a way to get them
you
outside,
did it? Did you do it?
we did it. It'll arrive on January
Ah!
6th, and I don't know yet if I'm going to regret it, but like you can
Is it
set
a legit
like
motorcycle?
No, it's like a mini dirt bike that's like, it only goes 14 miles an hour, and you can
Okay, so
set
it's like
it
an
to,
electric.
it's like an electric bike basically, but you
Okay.
can set it to 10 miles an hour would be his limit, which is
Okay,
what we're definitely
okay.
going to do. And I got him a helmet and like goggles and gloves. Like
Oh.
he's so excited.
He's psyched.
And so I'm like, you know what? It's his money. But I was like, you
Yeah.
have to be so responsible. And if I find out you're, not being
Not.
responsible with this,
Yeah.
like it's not going to happen. So,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
so that's our Christmas. And then to
Big
finish
one.
out our Christmas, since we had done, my dad had cooked such a huge Cuban meal for our Colorado Springs family Thanksgiving trip. And then my husband
Oh, yeah.
cooked a huge meal for real Thanksgiving. For Christmas, we decided let's just go get hibachi. Like, let's not
Oh,
deal
so
with.
genius.
So yeah, we just all went to
Cooking.
hibachi, and my dad's best friend came
Fun.
too, and got all the kids like he got all of us actually like little like scarves with bells and Santa hats, and we all just like wore cheesy
Cute.
Christmas stuff and went and had hibachi, and it was perfect. No one has to clean up, no one has to spend
Genius.
time cooking, so
So
it was
fun.
lovely. I enjoyed it. How was
That's
yours? How's
awesome. We
Texas?
actually were gonna do hibachi too, and then I think we ran out of time. But that's so smart, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
into just skipping the whole cooking
Yeah,
situation.
like Thanksgiving and Christmas are too close to like have to put
Yes.
that much effort into meals that
Right,
close
totally.
together.
And then you can just focus on enjoying everybody and not like the
And your house
whole
is already a mess with new presents, so you don't need to add cleaning kitchen mess.
preach. We've had a great Christmas. We've taken over my in-laws' house. God bless
Yeah,
them. They are wonderful and they spoil us rotten. I'm
yeah,
talking they like we leave a set of car seats here. They pick us up at the airport. They have
lovely.
like car seats in the car for the kids. They have a cooler in between the car seats with cold
Wow,
snacks for them. Like
wow,
this is the
this is
level.
luxury.
I know. I'm like, you guys better not get used to this
Yeah,
because we're going back home.
yeah,
But yeah, we've had an awesome Christmas. My mother-in-law does so much to prep for, Santa,
yeah.
and I'm so appreciative of that because we basically just fly here and we bring a few things with us and we ship a bunch of presents here.
Okay,
And then we wrap here, our stuff here. And so we just kind of like have a whole system down.
yeah,
So yeah, we had a great Christmas. The kids had a great Christmas morning
yeah.
and we cooked and had a few people over. Their aunt and uncle, my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law came over. A few days before Christmas was really the big story of our Christmas break, though. They also treated us and the kids to a stay at Great Wolf Lodge.
That's so fun.
So I don't know if you've ever been or anybody who's listening has ever been, but it's like a
Yeah,
giant indoor water park. And then they
yeah.
also have like all these other indoor
Like
activities
an
my kids got to
arcade.
do.
Like, is there a
Yeah,
nail salon
there's an
and candy
arcade, there's a
store?
bowling alley, there's a candy store, I think there's a little top golf thing, there's a ropes course. We spent most of our time at the pool, but then they also
Yeah,
have a Build-A-Bear and they got them like a package where they could each get a Build-A-Bear.
yeah,
It was epic and my kids were
yeah.
in heaven.
I bet.
And then we got to stay and we stayed one night and then just did 2 full days there doing like
Okay.
swimming and stuff.
Yeah.
My daughter, who is 7, did one of the big slides like by
Oh,
herself, which was very
wow.
impressive.
Did you do the big
Um,
slides?
yeah, Zach and I then also
Isn't
took a
that
break and did the
so
big slides
fun?
together, and it was
When was
so
the last
fun.
time as an adult you got to do something like that? Because
I
like
know.
I used to
It's
go to
so
like
fun.
NRH 2O, which was like in North Richland Hills, like in middle school, I think. But since then, I
In
haven't
our
gone to a water
H2O.
park. Yeah, it's called NRH
Yeah.
2O in North Richland Hills. But I don't. We're not water park people, so like we never
Yeah.
did like
I
anyway. But I do
maybe
water.
went to like, do you remember Wet and Wild in Texas,
Yeah,
in Dallas?
yeah,
Back way long, like when I was a
yeah. I never
kid.
went. I never went.
I went, but
Yeah,
like it's the last time I've water parked, I think.
yeah,
Anyway, it was a scene and it was busy because it was
yeah.
Christmas
Oh
and
yeah,
but it was fun. They had like slides of all sizes, so Crosby had lots to do and
yeah,
they had a wave pool that was a blast and Elliot made a friend with a stranger and she had this
yeah.
best girlfriend that she was swimming with and anyway, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, we did the slides. They had the one that like we kept
Drops
calling it the
bottom out.
well, no, they had one that we kept calling it the toilet bowl, but that
Yeah,
dumps you out into like the big
and a
broad
corkscrew.
thing, and then
Yeah.
you like spin, which was wild.
I've seen too many
Um,
videos of people getting stuck or like not staying in their
it
raft during
did
that. But
shoot us out backwards, so then we did the last part of the slide backwards, which was not
okay,
my fave.
not
But I was
ideal.
like, not ideal. I literally the last like 5 seconds of the slide, I was like, not ideal, not ideal, not. I cannot see
Don't love
where I'm
this.
going.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
funny.
it was fun.
That's cool.
So yeah, we Great Wolf Lodge. We had an awesome Christmas. I got to see my mom,
That's
and my
exciting.
stepdad. They drove into town, and we got to have a day with them, which is awesome. And then
Cool.
we're seeing Gigi, which is my stepmom, later today.
Oh,
And
exciting.
yeah, so it's fun when we come back to Texas because we get to kind of make the rounds and see everybody. And my
Yeah,
in-laws here loan us a car, and it's just
that's
we
so
get the
nice.
princess treatment when we're
Yeah,
here,
that's
which is awesome.
exciting. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fun.
so
Good
it's fun.
deal. Well, speaking of amazing Christmas, this gift
Yes.
I'm wearing, can we talk about
Oh
this?
yes.
This, if you're watching this on
Yeah, you have
Spotify
to
or
watch
YouTube,
or watch on YouTube so you can
Lauren
see
sent
it.
me, so Lauren, me and Lauren, Lauren and I, Lauren Lauren, Joy, Ashley, and me.
Yes.
I. Anyway, whatever. We're
We.
not journalists anymore. We sent each other our favorite things. So
Mhm.
I sent everybody a Bluetooth eye mask that I sleep with. Joy sent
That's
us that
amazing.
really good dry shampoo.
Dry shampoo.
Ashley
It's
sent us
eye
that,
masks. I used
yeah,
one
and
this
eye
morning.
masks. And Ashley sent us that, where was it from?
Christmas glass, anthropology, the like
Anthropology.
glasses with
Like a
the
juice glass with
little picture.
bows.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Mine
so
has
cute.
bows. What does yours have on it?
Mine does too. Yeah.
Okay. Super cute. And Ashley also sent me this ornament that looks like a vintage heart cake, right?
Oh,
I'm so
yes.
excited. I'm like, oh my God, I freaking love this. So cool. And I unwrap it. And it's supposed to say, you're the shit on it. And it says,
Okay.
like, you're the scribbles. Like,
Really?
it says like slice or something. It does not say shit. And it's so funny because I sent it to
That's
Ash. I sent her a
funny.
picture. I was like, I love this. I think it's supposed to say shit. And she was cracking up. She's like, oh my God, the internet, I swear. But
The
it's
internet.
beautiful.
It's
But
amazing.
yours came. So I opened this little Trader Joe's bag and it
Yeah.
had these really fun, I loved those.
Did you try the
I, yeah,
peel?
I use the peel every day. I'm out of them now. And now I have to buy
Aren't
some.
they amazing?
Yes, it's
I've
like a
never tried
facial.
using them every day, but they're great.
I was using them every day. And so it's like a peel, but
Oh.
not a peel. It's just literally like a
Yeah.
little moist towelette, two
It's
of
like it's
them.
an at-home peel. It's is it what is it? Dr. Dennis Grossman, I think. I like see it all the time, but I can't think of it. But like, yeah, you wipe it on. It's like a peel that's really popular, and then you wait 2 minutes. Do you like set a
Yeah. I let
timer?
it, no, I just let it dry. Once it was dry, then I did the next one.
Oh, so you went longer than 2 minutes?
No, I just kind of like fanned it.
Oh,
And then once it was like
Just-
dry
I
enough, I
mean,
did the second one.
okay, and then the other one like neutralizes it, so it'll stop it from working, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes your skin like so smooth
Yeah.
and
I was definitely enjoying it. But then inside
okay.
my Trader Joe's bag was this
Yes.
sweatshirt. And
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get close enough to my camera. Um, on the top of it. So it's a really cute pink sweatshirt. And then Lauren
Yep.
embroidered, Are We Doing This?
On
The
the
name of our
collar.
podcast on the collar.
Yeah.
And I cried when I opened it. And I was
You
like, oh
did. It
my
was so sweet.
God. I was like, this is so cute. And it's just
Well,
like, also just like thinking about like the gift you gave me was something that has like we have a podcast, which
I
is
know.
wild. I
New
still like
this year. Did not
was not,
exist
yeah, this was like
last
last Christmas, this
Christmas.
was not a thing.
Right.
And you didn't know how to embroider last Christmas. And although it wasn't
No.
like one of the challenges, but like the whole theme of this
Yeah.
podcast has been to try new things, and you tried embroidering. And so you embroidered our podcast logo on a sweatshirt
I
and gave it to me for
know.
Christmas. And I was like
I know.
so emotional about it. So
I know. It's
thank you,
cool that
thank you, thank
like
you.
what this journey has brought us to.
I
It's so
know.
funny to think about all of that. That
Yeah.
all that didn't even exist last year.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it. I had
I love
really
it.
lofty, way too lofty embroidery Christmas gift goals, but
Well, this
I
one
did
was
get
the
that one
best
done.
one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was so excited.
Good. I'm glad you
And
like
just like
it.
how much closer we are this year
Yeah.
because of the podcast.
I
Not just
know.
us, but also people who have started listening from our college days and stuff that, I don't know, it's been like a really good reconnector.
Yeah, it really
I love
has.
it.
That's been one of the parts of it that I don't think I expected, but I've
Right.
really enjoyed was like
Yeah.
reconnecting with old friends and people and hearing
Right.
from people and stuff has been awesome.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I've had some friends be like, oh, I feel like I already know I listen to the podcast, so I feel like
Yeah.
I've already caught up with you, but I realize I haven't seen you in like, a couple of weeks. So I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
funny that like people listen, but
Yeah. Thanks for
thanks
listening.
for listening, everybody. So this podcast, this is our New Year's Eve. Well, today's the 30th.
Mhm.
When this comes out, it'll be New Year's Eve. It's our New Year's Eve episode. So we kind of wanted to do I want to share some really fun stats about our podcast. We also want to just do some highlight recaps of like the challenges we did or tried or failed at or did and succeeded
Hmm.
over the past year. And then talk about some things we want to bring with us into 2026 and some things we want to leave behind. But before we get started with that, I think
Yes.
I want to dive into the phone breakup. If you're sick of
Yes.
hearing about this phone breakup, I understand. Fast forward just a little bit. Um, but I'm like, this is like,
But also, we really encourage you to try it
yes,
because
I
it's
want to
amazing.
send the book to everyone. Like I have
Yeah.
actually like, I just want to give it to everybody because unless you really read the book,
You don't
you
really
don't
get why
have the
you're doing it.
tools or the
Yeah.
understanding of why. Like you know that you shouldn't be on your phone that much, but once you read this, it is so compelling to like make a change. And
Hmm.
so last time we talked to you guys, I think we were in week 2. Now we're on like the last day, I think, or the
Yeah.
last day of our situation. But the biggest thing that we did since last time we podcasted was a 24-hour digital Sabbath, which was a total turned off our phones, moved them, shut them, like we went 24 hours. I actually went a Saturday night through a Monday morning. So I did a little more than 24 hours, but I was sleeping for, nighttime. But
Yeah. My night.
um but you went first to talk about yours.
Yes.
What'd you do? Where'd you hide your phone? What was your plan? How'd you
Yeah.
do this?
So it's so funny how much the logistical part of it took
Right.
like a thought and time for a
Yeah.
minute. So I think that's one of the things, and she says it in the book too, but the key is like preparation, like
Hmm.
knowing, making plans for your time, but also preparing what your plan is. And so I did a Thursday, no, a Friday morning to a Saturday morning.
Okay.
And one of the things that was tricky was that my husband was at work, like he left to go into the office that day, and my daughter was at school. And so, in terms of the like, we wanted to have a phone on in case there was an emergency
Yeah.
thing, we were a little nervous about turning it completely off. I think
Yeah.
ideally, I would love to bring the digital Sabbath in on like a Sunday where it's like
Right.
really easy to just turn everything off.
Yeah.
But so I ended up turning my phone on. I like bricked it. I did a do not disturb setting through iPhone,
Hmm.
and I made it so the only thing that would work was the phone if Zach, and only if Zach called me.
Yeah.
And then I shut it and then like put it in I put it on a charger in like our main living room kitchen area behind
Hmm.
a door. So I
Okay.
just didn't look at it all day, and I had the ringer up. So just in case like he
Right.
called, I would hear it. So I
Well,
essentially
that's
turned it
what
into a
I
landline.
liked about that book was that she tells you
Yeah.
there are ways, like if you put this on do not disturb, there are ways to override it in a case of emergency. So she's always
Yes.
like, I don't want you to put yourself in harm's way or danger
Right.
if you use your phone for medical reasons. Like my husband has his blood glucose alert attached to it. So
Oh
there's
yeah.
ways there, but I was just grateful that she said in the book, here are ways
Yeah. To do
to
it.
get around this. But you set the
Yes.
auto response text,
Oh
and I
yes.
want
So
you to
then I
talk
was
about that
like,
because that was game changer.
yeah. So I was like, well, should I set up like, I don't know why, but at the last minute I got compelled to like, should I put an autoresponder on my text? So if people text me, they know that I'm not going to respond for 24 hours.
Right.
And so I found online how you can use the shortcuts app on iPhone to send an auto reply text to anybody who texts you while you have that on. It's surprisingly more complicated than we
I
thought. You
was
have to like,
shocked when you
because
sent me
you
that
have
video. I was like,
he
I'm
was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna
sorry.
figure that out." I'm like, "Let me send you this link because I
Yeah,
figured it out, and it's actually harder than it looks."
that was
Yeah,
insane.
because like it has to be somebody has to text you something to trigger it.
Yeah.
So you end up putting a space in it so that basically any text that contains a space will trigger it. So then also when you test it, you have to test it with more than one word so
Right.
that you
I
have
know because
anyway.
Cam sent me a
No,
test. He just put test. And he's
test,
like, it didn't
same,
work. I was like, can you
same.
put this as a test? And then
Yeah,
it worked.
exactly. So anyway, if you want to try that, just know that. Maybe we should put the link to that tutorial in
Yeah.
our
And
show
yours
notes if you're
said
into it.
what? Yours
Mine just said like
said,
I'm putting my phone away for 24 hours, so if you really need me and it's urgent, I think I said email me.
yeah.
Funnily enough, my client who rarely reaches out to me texted me that day.
Really?
Yep, but then he emailed me, and then I followed up Monday when I got it,
Yeah.
and it was fine. But other than that, I know you guys got my auto reply.
Yeah. But you were afraid that I
But
was getting it every text because we were in a
yeah,
group chat. And so
yeah,
in that group chat, we had a lot. We were obviously texting back and forth, and you were in the thread. Well, I only got one
you
auto
only got
response from
one.
you.
Okay,
Yeah.
good,
So
good.
that's
So
good.
anyway, so that was really helpful. I bricked my phone, I put it on the charger, turned the ringer up. It did make me think about getting, so I'll talk about this too, but like it definitely compelled me to get a landline potentially, or one of the other things we had talked about was getting basically like a floater phone, like an
Yeah.
old dumb phone
Hmm.
that we do like a prepaid plan on. And it could also be a loaner phone for the whole family. So like if Elliot's going somewhere, if my daughter's going
Right.
somewhere and we want to give her a phone that she can call us to pick her
Right.
up, like maybe when she gets a little
Like
older.
literally a flip phone, like just
Literally, like, yeah,
text,
but it is
call.
a cell. It's not a
Right.
landline,
Right.
but it lives in the house and you use it as a landline, maybe, or
Hmm.
you just have it as like a loaner floater. And then
Right.
when you're leaving the house on a day that you don't want to use your phone, you could use it or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know. We got to think about that more. But we also thought about getting a landline because the author of the book does that. She has a landline and then she forwards all of her calls from her cell to her landline on the day that she's doing a Sabbath, which I thought about. I was like, that's really nice because actually I don't get that many phone
I
calls.
don't get, I get
And
spam calls all day, just like
yes,
spam all day. I don't answer
yeah.
any of them. I
But then
rarely
like
get a phone call.
But if there is an emergency, I'm going to get a call. I'm not going to get it like a text probably.
Right.
So that's an interesting idea, something to think about. But yeah, I put it down and then I really just enjoyed my day. What did I do that day? We were packing and getting ready to leave. So I spent a lot of time packing, had music on, just like, I actually forced myself not to like listen to Spotify or my audiobook
Oh,
just because I
wow.
didn't want to like navigate
Yeah.
having just that on my phone or whatever. So
Yeah.
we just put on some vinyl records and listened to LPs and
Oh, you
listened to
went
like old
full
school music. Yeah.
like analog.
We did use TV that day, so I didn't
Okay.
like completely. And I did use my laptop because there was something I had to do on my computer. I'm trying to remember what it was right now. I think I was printing some Christmas gifts or something.
Hmm.
So I did allow myself to use my computer, but I didn't open any. I probably should have just put it in like no Wi-Fi, but
Yeah.
anyway. It was really good. It was just everything, the whole pace of my day just slowed down. Like
Yeah.
I just noticed that I was more relaxed. I had, I think I texted you this too, but like I had a more, I was just more present and more sense
Yeah.
of, place, like
Yeah.
my environment, quite literally, like my kitchen and my house and like
Yeah.
where I was. And like I just noticed things about where I was and more in a
Yeah.
sensory way, which sounds
Hmm.
weird, but it like really was something I noticed.
Yeah.
And I did pretty well with not missing it, except for like, I would say the biggest trigger points of like really wanting to grab it were like transition points in my day. Like
Yeah.
when you're home with the kids all day, it's like after lunch, or like dinner time when you start transitioning to making dinner, like times
Yeah.
that I would typically want to just like sit down and like
Yeah.
scroll or check something. So it was really enlightening to know like what those big trigger moments in my day were. And then I kept a notebook handy
Okay.
and a book. And then I would just grab them and I use the notebook for like all those random brain dump things like, oh, I
Yeah.
want to look up that thing or I want to text this person back. I would
Hmm.
just write it down. And then after the Sabbath was over, I could like do those things if I wanted to. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was good. And honestly, my biggest anxiety point, like the point in the whole experiment where I felt the most anxious, was at the end of the 24 hours when I went to go pick it back
Turn
up.
it on. Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, like what's going to be there?
Yeah.
Am I going to have this like onslaught of notifications, you know?
Right.
And then I was like, well, that's telling. Like,
Yeah. Isn't it? It really
yeah,
is.
it really is.
Man. So like, did
Anyway,
you? I was just to say something. I lost it. It already went
it's
away.
okay.
Anyway, I had a
I
good follow
went
up
out
to
of the
that. It's
house and
fun.
ran an errand with
Yeah.
Crosby without and I left my phone at home.
Yeah.
We listened to the radio.
Yeah.
And it was fine. It was like a really short, easy errand.
Yeah.
I think in the future I'll probably bring my phone bricked and just like put it in my console or
Yeah.
even turn it off and bring it with
Hmm.
me just in case something weird happens and we need to make a call, like
Yeah.
from an emergency standpoint.
Okay.
I use an Apple Watch and I
Oh, that's what I was gonna
did,
say. I was gonna say,
yes,
did did you realize you didn't miss anything? Like when you did turn it back on,
I didn't miss
were there?
anything.
I know it's like the whole
No,
time you're like, I'm gonna have all these messages and all this like crisis and whatever. And you turn it back
no,
on. Oh,
nothing.
nothing happened.
It's
It's fine.
fine. And like the thing that did matter, my client reached out to me, like
Yeah.
was fine
They just
still. It's
emailed you.
fine.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. I will say I need to figure out my smartwatch because even though I had my do not disturb on, I did like a few times look and see something that I like didn't want to see.
Yeah.
But I use it to track like my sleep and stuff, so
Right.
I gotta and my steps, so I gotta figure
Hmm.
that part out. But yeah, it was really great. I want to do it
Again.
regularly.
Yes, I
Like that
know.
was
Me
my biggest
too.
takeaway. I was like, I want this to be like a weekly thing or
Yeah.
something. So
Yeah.
setting everything up so that we can do that more regularly, I think would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
Set it
about
like
you?
once a week. So first of all, I'm so glad you did it before me. So you sent me how to do the auto response. So
Yeah.
I did that.
Yes.
But your phone does have to be on to trigger that because it runs through
Yes.
that app. So it does have to be on. So originally I was going to turn my
Good
phone
point.
off and put it away. So I did keep my phone on. I set my auto response to just say, I'm taking a much needed break from my phone right now. If there's any emergency, you can contact my husband. And I put his phone number there.
Yeah.
And so I plugged it in and I put it behind our like butcher knife holder thing
Hmm.
in the kitchen. So it was like in a back corner behind something so I wouldn't
Yeah.
see it. And I plugged it in. So I did mine. We got home. We went out Saturday nights to do karaoke for a friend's birthday. And then that night I said, okay, after tonight I'm done. I was going to do it before we went out because I was like, it'll be so nice to be phone free. But like then I start to realize like I pay the babysitter through Venmo. My husband's not even logged
Mhm.
into our Venmo, so he can't do it.
Yeah.
If the babysitters needed to reach me, granted Cam was with me, so they could have texted him, but I was like, I'll just wait till I get home, and I know that I don't want to make extra work for the babysitters at all, like because we always
Yeah.
communicate through me, and I don't know if she would feel weird communicating through
Yeah.
Cam. I don't think she would, but anyway. So I waited until Saturday night, and I turned it off, and I said I'll look at my message, or like basically my auto response said I'd be back Monday morning. So
Yeah.
all day Sunday I had no phone. I left my watch on the stand too because you had told me
That's
you were
good.
getting notifications. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
leave my watch there too.
That's smart.
And so that morning I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym, right? I just got back into the gym. I'm so excited. I've been
I
7 of the last
know.
8 days, so I'm like really hoping
That's
this will
awesome.
stick. But so I went to the gym and I was like, oh my God, have you ever worked out with no headphones and like
No.
no music, no podcast, no audiobook?
You just raw
No,
dogged it.
I was just like, I felt creepy because what I did to like stimulate myself was watch people and eavesdrop. And so I was like working out, just like staring at people and watching their workout, which is so rude because like the gym is the one place you should be able to go,
And
no judgment and no
not be
one watching.
bothered.
You always
Yeah.
think people are watching you at the gym. They're not. They're doing their
Mhm.
own thing. But I was. I was
But
like
you were.
watching. I was like watching episodes of like many
People.
people, and like if they were having conversation, I was like listening, and like the music at our gym was too low to like replace like
Really
main
enjoy.
music. But then they were playing
Yeah.
good music there was like a hip hop class going on, so I was trying to do
Okay.
the machines by that so I could use anyway.
You could listen
I
to
was
it.
creepy, but I like ran into my friend Janae, and usually would probably just like head nod, text later. But I
Yeah.
didn't. I was like, I'm gonna talk to her because I have my headphones are so like
I'm
we
gonna
just
talk
started
to her.
talking books, and like she had to take her headphones out. She may have been annoyed. I don't know, but I replaced. I had like a real conversation, and that's what she says in the
Imagine
book. Like,
that.
have like if you do something like she just says replace it with like positive things.
Real
So, like a
life
real face to
things.
face conversation with someone
Yeah.
is beneficial, and it was like added to my day. She called
Yeah.
it something in the book, and I can't remember what it's called. It was about like
Was it like fleeting relationship?
yeah,
Have
it's
a
like
fleeting
yeah,
relationship?
yeah. She was like,
It's
I'm
like
not
not
saying
an
you have an affair,
affair.
but like have a conversation with someone just in
Yeah.
passing. And
That
so
you would have just like ignored, passed or
yeah,
nodded or
yeah.
whatever. Like
And
try to just
so
enjoy those moments.
yeah, so we had a little chat at the gym, and
Cute.
I survived the gym. But I will say, moving forward, something I think I want to do. I was telling you guys this is either. Well, I did buy a brick, so I do want to brick my phone.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited. It shipped. It's not here yet, but
Nice.
I was like, or they still make MP3 players, which was a
I
shock to me. I
know.
had no idea until a friend
Right?
was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get this for my girls because they don't need phones. They like to listen to music." And so
Yes.
you can get a like it looks like a phone and it has apps on it, but you can delete all apps except for you can just put like the podcast app, the Libby app, which is the library app, Spotify, and like
Hmm.
Audible or whatever, and just leave those. I was
Yeah.
like, that'd be great just to have.
Genius.
Yeah. But then I
Yeah.
was like, okay, my phone is that. If I remove the other shit, that is what my phone
Right.
is.
But you could set up, okay, so Brick does it really well where if you go into, you can set your Brick modes
So I
settings.
can mode to like
So you can
gym.
have a mode that's just like, you could even call it like MP3 player
Yeah.
and block, it'll make it so you can set it so it will block everything except the ones you pick. So it's
Okay.
not like you have to remember which ones you're forgetting that you haven't turned
Right.
off. You can only
Yeah.
pick the ones you want to keep on and then it'll just turn everything else off.
But it'll just
So
have to
like,
like
and you could do one
for
for
me to
sleep. It just
remember
has
to do
your
that
sleep.
before I leave is gonna be the hard part.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's how much
But
shit live in the car.
I think Brick now does scheduling, but I
Oh,
guess you'd
really?
have to
I would
leave,
have to
you'd have
know.
to
Yeah.
schedule it for the right time. But yeah, but like, or you could put your brick by your door even,
Yeah.
like,
So you just
or
tap
like some kind
on
of
your way
trigger
out.
to remember to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Easy.
realized that. I was like, I still want my music because my
Yeah.
music motivates me when I'm working out. Or like if I'm in a good audiobook, I will stay longer at the gym than I need to because I want to get farther in the book. So
Yeah.
like I think it adds to my life, not takes it away. So I would like to have some form of audio while I'm working out. But it was nice to I
Try
think
not doing it at
well,
all.
like in between sets, I would scroll. And when you get
Yes.
stuck in a scroll, now my rest time between sets would be like 5 minutes instead of 30 seconds because I would just be like
Yes.
deep in some
Da-da-da.
random scroll. Yeah. So it shortened my workout time, which is great. And so I'm trying to
Mhm.
continue that. So that was great. So then after the gym, we kind of just, I took my dogs for a walk without headphones,
Yeah.
which again, you were saying like sense of place. When I have my headphones in, like I think they're also it's like Beats, and so they're also noise canceling. So like
Oh yeah.
I could be in my own bubble at the gym or just anywhere I
Right.
go with them on because I've had a habit of also wearing them into if I'm running an errand. I'll just
Yeah, just keep them
switch
on.
from the car to my yes, I'll just keep them on. And I literally like there could be people around me and I wouldn't know. Like, I don't know. So I
Yeah.
agree that like being aware of your space and where you are and what the world looks like around you was like
Yes.
shocking how often I'm just staring at my phone
That you're
or
not
zoned
noticing
out. Yeah, that I
any
don't
of that.
notice. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So I like was walking my dogs and I was like, oh, I talk to my dogs when I walk them, like
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't know if my dogs care or not, but like
Yeah.
I ignore them any other time I take them for a walk
Yeah.
or like yank them to keep coming with me or like yell at them if they're barking at a dog, but like to just like not like I wasn't like having a conversation with them, but I was like, talking to my dogs.
Right.
Um, so I don't know, that could be good for the dogs, I'm not sure. And then
I'm not sure.
my sister she knew I was doing this, so she texted Cam and said, "Hey, we're all going to meet at this bar and watch the Broncos game. And this bar has a big outdoor space for the kids to run." So we're like, and it was probably like 70 degrees. So we're like, let's just all go up there. And so we went, and I didn't use my phone, and I like just
That's
had
awesome.
real like phone-free conversations, and it made me realize how often when I'm out with people that I pick up my phone for no
Hmm.
reason, for no
Like in
reason.
lulls in the
Yeah.
conversation or whatever.
Or
Yeah,
like when you're
I do
referencing
that.
something, or I'm like, oh, let me show you a picture
Yeah.
of that. I don't need to.
You don't need
You
to.
don't have to. And obviously, again, we talked about this last night, made me realize how often other people pick up their phone. But
Yes.
okay, here's the thing that I thought was so cool. It removed responsibility for me because,
Mm.
like, I'm usually the one who has to coordinate what we're doing, when we're meeting, where we're going, and so I'm the point of contact. And so the fact that my sister had to text Cam and he had to be the point of
Yeah.
contact was really nice
You
for a
were like,
day
oh,
to just be like, I'm along for the ride. What are we doing? Like, I don't have to plan it. I don't have to make this. Like,
yeah.
that was really nice. And
That's
I
so
realized that
interesting.
often my kids are like, oh, can you play this song? Or can you look
Yeah.
this up? Can you show me
Yeah.
that?
I
And
get that
it's
a
always
lot.
me. They don't go to my husband, they go to me.
Right.
And, I was like, sorry, I don't have my phone. I can't do
Can't.
that. And so it was
Yeah.
really nice to cut
Freeing.
off. Yeah, it was freeing to not be the person having to do all of the stuff. So
Yes.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. And
That's
then,
awesome. I feel
um,
like doing it, I know it feels like she really encourages you to be as extreme as you can, like
yeah,
turning it off, not using it at all, leave whatever for however long. And I do think, even if that's not what you stick with, doing it illuminates things that you're missing that you wouldn't
yeah,
have noticed otherwise.
hmm
Like if you don't go all in, then you don't have the opportunity to discover all of that. Like,
yeah,
oh my
it's so
God, I
true.
am missing. There's so much of life you're missing that you just don't
Yeah,
even realize
yeah.
until you take it away.
But you
Um,
instead you think you're missing out on what's happening in your phone. If you don't have your
yes,
phone, like our brains are thinking we're missing out on this
and you're
when we're
not.
not. We're
That's the other
not.
thing it shows you is like when you
Yeah,
really turn it off for a day and you come back to it, you think that you're going to miss
yeah.
something, and
You
it proves
didn't.
to you that no,
There's
no,
nothing. No, it's
it's
wild.
manufactured. It's like a
Yes.
manufactured sense of FOMO, and there's nothing in there that you're
Yeah.
missing.
That's what she said. Like the last part of the day after the digital Sabbath, she says it's called JOMO, the joy of missing out. It's the joy
Yes,
of missing out of what's on your phone, but really you're not missing out on your real life, which is
right.
like eye-opening. And so I
Yeah.
loved the whole thing. I am so on board with this. And since the digital Sabbath, I know you and I have mentioned we felt ourselves slipping a little bit, like
Yeah.
because it's so easy to like get, even though the mobile sites are terrible, I have like every now and then I'll get on Facebook on mobile site and start scrolling again. And
Yeah.
like one day I did it like far too often and I was like, ew, what? It's,
Yeah.
I don't need to be doing this. This is stupid. Like, I don't
Same.
know.
Like
So,
me coming home and the holidays and like being at it's Christmas, I'm home, I'm at my in-laws'
hmm
house. Like the routine and familiarity of that
hmm
really made me regress a little bit. Like
yeah.
I also reinstalled Instagram for some reason that was dumb, and
I think
then
it was
I
to
find myself
post.
to put
I know you
probably to
had to
post.
yeah, you had to post for the podcast.
Yeah, and I didn't immediately delete it, and I should have,
Yeah.
because I just slipped back into scrolling.
Yeah.
And I tried not to beat myself up about it, but also it was like, okay, I tried instead to be curious of like,
hmm
this is so illuminating. Like, what are the triggers
Yeah.
that make me fall right back into those habits?
Yeah.
And then I was noticing I was picking up my phone during conversations, and I was like, oh, I don't like that. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want that. And
Yeah.
what is it that I need? Um, so anyway, it's very educational if you allow it to be.
Right.
And then, yeah, it just makes me want to set up more routines and systems
Yeah.
so that
And
I'm
ways
not,
to, like, how can we, obviously not in the most extreme sense of the world, but moving forward, how can I incorporate this and make it more realistic? So, like I was saying, like,
yes.
I have one cake order this week. One. I
Yeah.
tell myself it's because it's the holidays, but at the same time, it's like, no, I haven't been promoting the way I do when I'm on
Yeah.
social. So, like, when I'm active on social media, I'm posting frequently. And not only do I just post on my cake stuff, then I repost on my regular, like, personal site.
Right. Right.
I'm posting in the Facebook groups. And so, taking this break from social and my phone has hurt my business because I didn't, I mean, there are ways I could have been more proactive and just like set up
It's
times
hard.
to be
It's
like, I'm going to
harder
promote
though.
this day. It is. It makes it a lot harder.
It just
You have
makes
to
it
be
a
a
lot
lot
harder.
more, yeah. And with like the kids
Intentional. You have to,
home, it's
yeah.
harder. It's just harder. So I think moving forward to keep this going, I got the brick. I am going to make it like on Saturdays and Mondays, I have to use the apps to post in the groups where you can
Yeah.
promote small businesses. Um, I'm I'm just like really trying to figure out. I do not want to slide back. I don't want to
Right.
regress. I don't
I
want to
feel
become
like
a scroller again.
But that's where the brick and some kind of schedule could be really helpful, where you have a mode that's already
Hmm.
preset for you.
Yeah.
It's like only what you need for promotion. Like you said, you pick days and
Hmm.
even like hours or whatever that you're doing. That's your time that you're doing
Right.
that. And then
Yeah.
afterwards it's off, you know,
Right.
I think could be really helpful.
Yeah.
And then like you don't, and I like the idea of like, you don't have to beat yourself up. You don't have to like, it's not an all or nothing game. Like
Right.
you don't
Right.
have to shame yourself about it, but
Yeah.
just figure out how to put guardrails around it,
Yeah.
and create some structure.
Hmm.
You can do it. And then also, I know you
So
listen to stuff to sleep.
yeah.
So I
So
know you were
that's
talking
been
about that too.
well. So the sleep is regressing. Like I thought I got the hang of it. There was like a full week where I was like, I didn't listen to anything. I didn't take anything to go to sleep. Like
Yeah.
I didn't, and I was sleeping. Like granted, it was probably 5 or 6 hours a night, which isn't great, but like the fact that I was doing it unassisted was like I was like, oh my God, like I can do this. I don't need anything.
Yeah.
But because like I mentioned last time, I can't take weed gummies now. I can't take any gummies
Oh, because it's too scared. You're too
because
scared to,
no,
yeah, be,
yeah,
well, to be stoned all morning.
yes, yes. So I don't ever want that to happen again. So I even like sleep gummies, like any kind of gummy, I can't take. Like
Yeah.
whether it has weed in it or not, like it's gonna kick in the next morning, and that's not okay. So um, I've been now just taking nothing, and I keep waking up at 1 in the morning, and I'm awake till like 5, and then
Oh
I go
no.
to sleep for a little bit longer. So that happened for like 2 nights in a row where I just straight up had 3 hours of sleep, and I was like, that's not
Oh,
okay. I caved and
no.
I took a half a Unisom, which I haven't done
Okay.
since September like
Oh
15th. Okay,
yeah. That's
I took a
wild.
half a Unisom and I slept 9 hours, just full good sleep. So just once, just to catch up. I don't even
Yeah.
think that is actually catching up, but anyway, I had to do it
No,
because the
probably
kids are
not, but
home.
still
Like I
good.
just don't want to be miserable.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so I'm a little struggly also with not having my phone in my room. Again, like you were saying, moving forward, I need my phone in my room, but I only need like
The audio.
Spotify audio
Yeah.
because I just need to put on some sleep sounds or something to like
Yeah.
because
Just do
weirdly
it.
enough, the past week or two, I get one specific song stuck in my head. I don't even want to say what it is because it'll get stuck in my head. Where I just like on a loop all night while I'm trying to sleep, and
Really?
I almost lost my mind the other night. And then the next morning, my son asked, "Can you play?" I was like, "Don't mention that song ever again. I never want to hear that song again." He's like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, so
You just couldn't
anyway,
stop thinking about
I
it? Like it
could
couldn't.
not stop singing this damn
That's so
song. That's not
wild.
even a good song. So anyway, it's the sleep is still a struggle, but we're
Do you
getting there.
think bringing
So
back the listening stuff will help?
it will definitely at least help because it's the not having anything to distract me
Yeah.
makes me like go crazy. It makes me
Yeah.
anxious.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I can tune out and put on a boring podcast or put on sleep sounds
Something.
or then
Do
then it
it.
takes the pressure off. So I think moving forward, my phone has to be back in my room, just but bricked and just in
Yeah.
sleep mode to just.
Do that.
I no longer need to wake up and scroll. That desire is gone. I don't have that
Yes.
anymore, which I'm so happy
That
about.
really helps
Yeah.
because, yeah. Yeah. Sets a different
Okay.
tone for the whole day.
Yeah.
Okay. So phone breakup,
Phone
successful.
breakup.
I
Successful.
think
Love it.
now we're figuring out how to like integrate it back into life and
Yeah.
build up routines and
Yeah.
systems so that we can trying to make a more healthy relationship with
Yeah,
our phone and make
that's
sure we are in charge of our relationship with our phone and not the other way
yes, not
around.
the phone. Yeah.
That's
All
awesome.
right.
It's a big
Now,
takeaway.
let's pop into some podcast recaps. So, first of all, I'm just proud of
Yes.
both of us for doing this all year. Our first episode was February 5th, I think. So, it's almost been a full year, but I'm so proud of us that we didn't quit. Even when things got
Yes.
busy, like, yes, we
Yep.
adjusted and ended up doing every other week instead of every week, but super proud of us. So, we wanted to share some
Agreed.
recaps that Spotify luckily pulls for us.
Yes.
Um, but the first one, which we were, as we were looking at these stats, we were like,
was
is
like,
this really
really?
our podcast? Like, I was like,
Yeah.
did you link to the wrong podcast? Okay, so the first one says, your debut season was more popular than 92% of other new shows on Spotify. So that was kind of mind blowing.
Yeah.
I think that's probably because a lot of shows start and then
I,
fall off
yeah,
quickly.
there's got to be a ton of new ones that just fall off.
Yeah. Also,
But
maybe some
still,
people don't. I mean, that's a Spotify specific one, so maybe some people don't post on Spotify. They just use other ones.
yeah,
But
that's true.
that was pretty shocking. Okay, your turn.
And then, likewise, also shocking was that our pod received more shares than 94% of other shows on Spotify.
So
That
thank
one's
you
shocking to
guys.
me. Who's
Yeah.
sharing it? I
Who's
gotta
sharing
see
it?
that
And
stat.
thank you.
Yes, thank you
That's
guys. That's
awesome.
amazing.
It says that our show is in the top 15% of videos on Spotify, which blows my mind. I'm assuming a lot of them just don't do video podcasts. I like how
Yeah,
every one of these we're
right.
justifying with like, we're not that great, but
Just
like
doesn't make
these are
sense.
really fun to see. So
Yeah, they're super fun. Our podcast reached 8 countries. The first was the US, which makes sense. The
yes.
second was Australia. I don't know, whoever the Aussie peeps are, let us
Heyo.
know. Germany, and Bulgaria. Oh, and the UK
And the
was
UK.
in there too
Was it
for
in
the
there?
top five.
Okay.
UK and then Bulgaria last, which is so
That's
funny.
wild.
So if you are listening from any of those countries, please send us an email or a
Yeah, I want to know
note
who
or
it
something because
is.
I want to know who the heck
Like
you are.
I know two people in Australia, Jess and Chris. If that's you, hi. If it's not, hi.
Hi.
Whoever that is.
Yeah.
And then it said that 21 of you have our podcast as your number one show. Your number one podcast you listen to is our podcast. So thank you to 21 of
Oh.
you. That was fun.
I bet we could list at least 10 of those.
Yes, I'm sure. I think we could.
I want to know who the other 10 are, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, one's you, one's me.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Apparently, our fans listen to our podcast longer. Fans listen to your podcast longer than 88% of other shows,
So are we just
so that's
talking too
cool.
long, I guess?
Probably.
But I guess you're sticking with it.
Yeah. Oh, we said this one already.
Oh yeah, we did. I didn't move that one. And then just like one stat about our podcast specifically is that our most listened to podcast was our guest Krista Gregg. It was called Biohazard Cleanup, and she had quit her job to start a crime scene cleanup business, which was very cool. But it was it had 93% more listens than our average, so
Yeah.
that one was quite a hit. Or maybe the rest
Yes.
are duds. We'll see. But
Yeah. So thank you guys. Amazing. I can't believe we
yeah,
did this and like we
I
have
know.
stats like this
I
and
know.
it's so cool. So thanks for sticking with us, guys. It means a
Yeah.
lot and
Especially as the
love it.
podcast transitioned, because we obviously
Yes.
started this podcast with a huge goal that became very unattainable. Because when we initially started this, we were in the middle of a life crisis and unemployed and had nothing going on. I mean, we
Yeah.
had things going on, but felt like we had nothing going on. So we were like, let's try a new podcast challenge. What were we even going to do? Like, let's do a short one and a long one. So like
Oh.
we were like, do a 1 week one and a 1 month one we were dumb. It was not, yeah, it's so funny. But then in looking back, so I was like, I'm going to go back and just write down all the ones we said we were going to do or we actually did or whatever.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, we probably did 3 each all year, like successfully. But then as I was writing them down, I was like, oh my God, we did so much this year.
Yeah,
and
we
it's
did.
so much that we
Sorry,
would
I'm
not have done had we not started
Yeah.
this. So,
Totally.
and I will say, I've never sat down and recap my year before, like ever. And I'm
Looked
like,
back?
what a
Really?
year, man. What a year.
You're not very reflective.
I guess
It's
not.
your-
I guess
Yeah?
like not
I
in the
guess
sense of like
not.
yearly. Like I was like
Yeah.
shocked. Do you want to do yours
Yeah.
first?
Oh, yes. Okay. So we wanted to recap our year, all the things we did for the podcast. Where's mine? Oh, here it is. I have to look at my list apparently so that I will remember. We started this podcast,
We
which
did
is pretty
start a
epic.
podcast. Yeah.
Okay. Another reflection on mine. Well, I'll talk about them and then I'll talk about the reflection on them. I tried poetry writing and did a bit of a poetry writing class. I tried aerial yoga for the first time with my family, girls trip, which was super fun. I did a cold plunge a bit. I wouldn't say I developed a habit, but I definitely tried
No.
it. We watched most of the Oscar nominated movies for Best Picture, also not
Yes,
all of them. We learned all about the world of selling and creating feet pics,
we
which was
did.
fascinating.
Fascinating.
I worked on and built my professional freelancer website and portfolio, which was really a cool process. And I'm proud of how far I got with that, even though it is also not complete. I tried reading and doing The Artist's Way, which was also really amazing. Also, did not finish. And I explored a new career in mental health, which was super fun. And yeah, I feel like I learned a lot from that and still want to dig into it more. I had an epic 40th birthday with
Yeah.
you guys flying in to surprise me
Yeah.
on a Taylor Swift release
Well,
date. I
and
just
Vegas
like,
was our birthdays too.
and
Like that was,
Vegas,
yeah.
Backstreet
Backstreet Boys.
Boys, epic 40th year birthday
Yeah.
celebrations. Yeah, I got a big ADHD diagnosis, which was huge
Yeah.
and was definitely reflective of all my challenges because looking back, I was like, I don't think I fully finished a single thing I tried.
I mean,
We broke up with our phones.
yes,
I've
we
been
did
doing a
that
pretty
one
good job with that.
successfully. That one's good.
I got a tattoo this year. I think
You
I talked about
did.
that, but
Yeah.
yeah, man, talk about reflection on ADHD. I was like, oh yeah, I did all of these like once or twice or didn't finish
But I
any
mean,
of them.
honestly, the podcast was
So
about challenging ourselves to try new things. We didn't say we were going to complete new
yeah,
things.
I
We
mean,
were going to try
yeah.
them.
So
And
that's
we did.
illuminating.
Yeah.
But yeah, and yeah, okay, you go. What's your recap
Okay.
from 2025?
So obviously we started the podcast, which you mentioned, but that in itself was a challenge. I mean, that became, we had to learn how to
Yeah.
edit, learn how, we had to research all the software. A lot went into that. Okay. We bought all the equipment anyway. Okay.
Yes.
My first challenge was to give up social media for 2 weeks. I find it pretty interesting that my first and last challenge were about my technology
Yes.
addiction. So, so do you remember when I became an Amazon affiliate?
Yes.
You know what's so weird is that I forgot all about that until I was doing
Really?
this. And I was like, I should log in and see if I've made any money because like I like posted things at the like I think for 2 weeks I was posting some
Yeah.
deals or like affiliate links and
Yeah,
then I
the deals.
never
Yeah.
touched it again. I'm up to $72.28 that is just sitting in an Amazon account that I need to, take out, withdraw. But I
Nice.
did nothing. I mean, I did 2 weeks of work, but I was like, maybe I should
Yeah.
play with that again. Remember when I started that Etsy store and I've still sold 0 items? That still exists somewhere.
I liked those. Those are the
No one bought
t-shirts,
them.
right?
It was like book themed. Yeah,
Oh.
book themed
Yeah,
shirts.
the book
No one bought
t-shirts.
those. It's fine.
Lame.
I watched all the Oscar nominated movies.
Good
I've
job.
learned that I do not want to do that again. I don't care
No.
no, it didn't. I don't
Maybe
like
on a
them.
different year it would be
There's still some of
maybe.
them that I think about from time to time, but
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a big movie buff. It's fine.
It's fine.
Feet pictures. We tried it. We did a photo shoot. We learned that you have to really, really promote, and it's a full-time job that I don't
Yeah.
care to be involved in. Okay.
Yes.
I had a 6-month book slump
Oh,
that
that's
was
right.
killing me. Like it was hurting my soul that I couldn't fall in love with reading again. And then luckily it turned back on and I've read 114 books this year. So that's exciting
Woohoo.
that I got over that slump.
That's a lot.
I started a cake business. Like that's should be the number
Yeah.
one. Like that's really exciting. I started writing. My novella or whatever we're going to call it is at 41,000 words right now. I've written a little bit more over this break.
Oh, amazing.
If I could write another 40, it would technically be a novel. So I'm trying to decide if that's where I want to take it. Cause we'll talk more about
Oh.
that. Anyway,
Okay.
I tried 1 month of wall Pilates.
Yep.
And then I took 5 reformer Pilates classes, which I loved until I realized it is a very rich person
It's
exercise
expensive.
workout.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane. That's so dumb that it's that expensive.
It is.
So,
Yeah.
I went to my first rodeo this year, which was
Oh, that's
actually
right.
a blast. I loved it. They're coming back next year, so I want to go again. I celebrated our 40s Vegas, Backstreet Boys, St. Louis,
Oh
My
yeah.
Slumber Party, Portland,
Yeah.
and Mexico. So
Big
really
one.
did it up. I quit Unisom, which was like, didn't think I'd ever be able to. Even though I'm still struggling, I quit it. I'm excited.
It's awesome.
Started my GLP-1, which is, a separate journey that we're on.
Yes.
The Manitou Incline, you reminded me about this one. I totally didn't even
Oh
have it
my
on my
gosh.
list. I
You
love
did
that.
it.
I know I did it. I want to do it again this next year. And I broke up with my phone. So I'm like, that's all
Yay.
of these things. I probably would have done one of these things had we not done this
Yes.
podcast. And I don't know which one it would be, but I'd have done
Yeah.
one of them.
It's
So I'm proud of
amazing.
us. This is
I
so
am too.
cool.
Yeah, we did it.
We don't
Yay.
know what next year will bring, but
I know.
so we had 6 guests over the past year.
On the
The
pod?
first one, yeah, we had Lauren Stark, and she was a realtor who had quit her job in fashion design. Is that right?
Yes.
Fashion,
Yeah.
to start a real estate career.
Yeah.
And then my friend Jen came on to talk about her business, Petals, Portraits, and Parties, where she was like teaching floral classes, like floral arrangements
Yes.
and stuff. And then obviously Krista Gregg was the big, the best one we, not, I'm sorry,
Yes.
not the best. I'm so sorry to all of our other guests. The
Our
most
most popular
yes,
guest.
with the crime scene cleanup business.
Yeah.
Then do you want to talk about the others?
Yeah, and then we had Kimberly Page, who's our romance author, who started a romance author book career. These were all, I guess, all 4 of those ladies were career changers, like women
Yes.
who changed their career kind of later in the game. And so it was really interesting to hear from each of them. And then Kimberly, we got to hear a lot more about writing romance too, which you
Yes, we
were in the
did.
middle of, which was
And
really
now
cool.
she's like a huge fan of my cakes. She comments on all my cakes, and I'm like, I just love
Aw,
you. So like,
I
comment on
love
all of her
you.
books. She comments on my cakes.
Perfect.
Um,
We talked to your friend Nicole Froman
mhm,
of all about therapy, and she shared
mhm.
her world of, from a therapy lens, and that was really amazing. I feel like I learned a lot from that one. And then, yeah, honorable mention guest goes to our dear friend Ashley Shadowins, who was our entertainment breaking news correspondent, mostly about the latest Taylor Swift news, which were also some of our most engaged with moments, at
Yeah,
least on
yeah,
social. I think we didn't really
yeah,
look at that, but I remember that. So thanks, Ashley, and
yeah.
everybody
Thanks,
else. Thanks,
Ashley. And
ladies,
Joy, you
for
came on the pod for the Vegas
yes,
episode, so
yes,
we've had
yes,
Joy on there. But yeah, super fun. I like bringing in our friends to do it too. But
yeah,
I know we're going to talk about looking forward, but I would like to bring on more guests because I think it's really fun just to hear
yes.
about other people's lives, and it's fun to like tap back into our journalism interviewing skills that I thought had left me. So
Atrophied.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah, so
I
that's been
agree.
fun.
It would be great to talk to more people next year, and we have to do some planning for
Yes,
what's in
we're
store
bad
for
at
next year.
that.
Yeah,
You're good
we're
at
working
that.
on it.
I'm bad at that. Woo.
Okay, so do you want to talk about what are we leaving behind this
Yes.
year, and what are we bringing with us into
I
next
have
year?
only like three things. So one, this is something we share. So this is a little behind the scenes on podcasting, but so one of us edits each episode and the other one promotes the episode. It sounds like it would be easy,
Yeah.
but it's like shockingly a lot of work, especially the promoting, because you have to make clips. And even though AI can generate clips for us, they're never exactly right.
They're
So
always
we
weird.
make our
Yeah.
own. So not only do you make the clips and then have to export, download, upload, schedule, create
Right.
content for moving forward. So every time we would, like at the beginning, we were trying to do
A lot of
like one
promoting.
every other day, like a lot of promoting, which I guess you have to do
Yeah.
in the beginning of a podcast anyway, which is great. But then it got to where we're like, oh, I'm so sorry. We had all this guilt around like when it was our turn to promote that we didn't do it as much as we wanted
As
to.
well. Like
And
something
now I'm
we'd
like,
have
you
a
know
hard
what?
week or something would be going on.
I'm leaving
Yeah.
behind that guilt because we create the podcast and that's what we're doing. Like, here's our podcast.
Yeah.
And then I realized all the podcasts I listen to, I don't follow any of them on social media.
Yeah.
Or I don't like look to like it's not because
You
I
don't
saw a
expect
post
their social.
that's why
Yeah.
I listen, right? Like I subscribe so I know when the new one's up. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel less bad about like because we're trying to be moms and have lives and have our own
Yeah.
careers and do this. So like we have to make it as accessible and easy as we can. So
Yes.
I'm giving up on the guilt of promoting our podcast.
That's a good one.
And
That's a
I'm
good one.
sorry to anyone who thinks that's bad, but actually I'm not. I'm
No,
not
you're
sorry.
not.
I'm
No,
not
you're
sorry.
not.
So that I think that's a shared one that we both have. So we're both really
Yeah,
bad about.
I agree.
This
Yeah.
one's kind of like it's okay. So I live in Colorado, right? I moved here being like, we're going to be snowboarders. Right when we got here,
Yeah.
we bought snowboards instead of like renting. We bought a season pass to a snowy range. We went 3 times maybe.
Yeah.
And we did like some indoor lessons, but I think I'm going to give it one more go. If
Okay.
it's not fun yet, or if I'm not good at it yet, I am not I don't need to be a snowboarder.
It's
I
not
don't need
important to
to.
you. Yeah.
Like it's way too expensive of a sport to not
Uh-huh.
enjoy
Yeah.
and to not like I shouldn't pay this much money to go get hurt, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just
So
not.
has that been your experience with it? It's just like you
Well,
get
yes,
hurt and it's
because
not
I just
fun and
feel
you haven't
like
figured it
I
out.
feel pressured to do it because I live here, right? Like I
Okay.
live so close to
Yeah.
various, snowboarding, ski resorts. There's no reason I shouldn't. But then I'm like, yes, there are reasons. One, not good at it. Two, very expensive. Three, I can't take my kids because I can't help them. So unless I want to pay even more
Yeah.
money to put them in ski school, like it's fun for no one.
Right.
So I,
You don't enjoy it.
no, it's not fun. It's scary. I don't like it. It's not fun.
No, it's
I,
not fun. It's
no, it's
scary.
not fun.
I
Like
don't like it.
I don't like it. So I think I'm gonna like we bought like just a 4 pass, just
Uh-huh.
like for either my whole like which is basically 2 trips, right?
Okay.
For me and Cam to go up. And if it's not enjoyable this last
Yeah.
time, these next 2 times we'll go.
Just
I don't
scrap it.
I'm no longer gonna feel pressured to do it. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
no, I don't need to do it. I
Why?
don't have to be a snowboarder, you know?
Well, it's like you have this, you might, sometimes for me, I don't know for you too, but it's like if you bought the boards and you bought, so like the
I thought that would make me
purchase
do it.
was like, okay, well, I bought it, so I invested. So now
Yeah.
like I feel like I need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But the cost of feeling guilty about it and then
Yeah.
also like that hanging over your head all the time
Yeah.
or feeling like you should be into it
Right.
isn't worth it.
I know,
Like
it's not.
it's just, if you're not enjoying it, you're not enjoying it.
It's
Like,
not fun.
why do
I'm
it?
cold. It's windy. I can't feel my hands or my toes, despite how many layers
yeah.
I put on. I don't like it. I like to see ski mountains and I'll watch people ski, but I'm going to be with my hot chocolate in a hot tub or
Yeah.
something. I don't need to be doing that. So
That's
I think
great.
I'm letting go of that. I'm letting go of
Just
the
let it go.
pressure to do it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm over
That's
that.
awesome. Well,
And
mine's
then
really
also,
similar.
okay,
Go
go.
ahead. No,
Well,
you
just the
that
last one I had written down was like, I'm also letting go of, I guess I'm letting go of guilt this year, but the guilt of not being a
yes.
gym rat anymore because I was so addicted to the gym and not being that way anymore. I felt a lot of guilt around and I feel a lot of
Yeah.
like I should be going. And I don't know, I just feel bad when I do have free time and that's not where I end up. So letting go of that and say, even though I just said I'm back in it,
Yeah.
I'm just no longer going to be like, I'm not going to have to lift heavy. So now when I go, I'm just doing machines instead of, because I realized when I was lifting heavy, like I spend a lot
Yeah.
of time just racking and re-racking and
Right.
like setting up the machines and the weights and all that. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, if I just do these machines, they're preloaded. It's fine. So I'm just
It's
going
fine.
and doing like a circuit of machines and spending
Yeah.
30, 45 minutes instead of an hour and a half. And, my body is moving and that's what matters.
That's what
So,
matters. Yeah. And if like
yeah.
you are getting what you want to get out of it, then
Right.
that's what matters.
Yeah.
And whatever story you have that's creating the shoulds,
Yeah.
right? It's like you have to your point, you have to think about like why do I feel compelled? What's
Yeah.
shoulding on this? And it's
Yeah.
like with snowboarding, it's like, well, because we live here. I'm like, well,
Right.
who
Yeah,
cares?
I know, because I was like, I paddleboard, I
you know?
hike, I take advantage of Colorado. I don't have to do
Right.
the snow shit.
Exactly.
But also it was getting to where like if someone else if like my husband would go to the gym, it felt like a personal attack to me. Like
Yeah,
that he
yes.
went. He'd be like, oh, I had such a good leg
Rude.
workout. I'm like, oh, fuck you. Like, I don't know. I had this weird response of like, because I didn't, it felt like an attack. Or like I would feel bad. Like if I would like my friend Jess would invite me to go. And instead I would just
Yeah.
be like, instead of it like being like a friendly invite to me, it felt like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. I have this weird
You're
like
projecting
I was taking
your
it
like
personally.
defensiveness of
Yeah.
like because you felt
Like
like
I
you
felt
should
like I had to have
want
this
to
good
or you should.
excuse. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
That's awesome. I
what's
think, like,
yours?
mine's so similar because it's really about that same like guilt, shame spiral about. So it's so interesting you talked about that because I think it was reminding me of something our friend Joy was talking about when she was talking about like the load of the mental load, emotional load of like identity. Well, I can't remember what she called it, but like identity load, essentially where like you identify as someone who A, B, or C, or D, or E. So like
Okay.
I identify as a gym rat. I identify as someone who does this
Right.
thing. And so then you create this belief that you need
Yeah.
to be doing it, or you feel guilty if you're not, because you're not
Yeah.
living up to this like part of your identity that you've created. But like you
Yeah.
just decided that, you just made it up. Like it's, does it
That
matter
makes a
that
lot of
that's
sense.
not who
Yeah.
you are,
Right.
right? Like, and so I think she was talking about it in the context of like trying, which I think is important for us, and especially a lot of people our age, is like the idea of resting fully and embracing rest and not
Hmm.
feeling guilty about it. And I think she was talking about how, Joy, I hope you don't mind me sharing the story, but about how like, and I think a lot of people in marriages and relationships feel this
Yeah.
way, of like certain days where they're deciding, okay, today's a rest day for me, and their spouse is not, and their spouse is like being
Yeah.
productive.
Yeah.
And you have that like guilt of like, I should be doing that too. I should
Yeah.
be, like I'm being lazy or whatever. And that's just because part of that is I identify as someone who is helpful. I identify as
Right.
someone who is productive. I am
Yeah.
always doing something. And so trying to like investigate that a little and just be like, well, but why? Like, why did I decide that that's who I am?
Yeah.
And why, that's why it's feeling like a threat to
Right.
that. Like,
Yeah.
so I think like for me, obviously the big one is the ADHD diagnosis has really helped me to question parts of my identity that have always been almost like on more on the negative side. Like I am somebody who is always late. I am
Yeah.
somebody who is always scatterbrained, or I never finish things, or which is kind of true. I mean, there's truth to them, but it's like having more understanding about it
Yeah.
hopefully can interrupt my shame spiral that I go
Yeah.
into. And also the like the personalization, like
Yeah.
it's just my fault and it's just that way because basically the what's wrong with me narrative, I just want to cut it off.
Yeah.
And the what's wrong with me narrative is the thing I want to leave in this
Okay.
year.
There we go.
Like, and just embrace knowing more about myself, and not blaming myself
Yeah.
for the way I am, but
Yeah.
instead trying to embrace it. And if there are things I want to change, for sure,
Yeah.
I want to change those things. But like, I think that just releasing the shame of it is the first step to being able to change it for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because if I just get locked into the shame spiral, it doesn't help me move forward into
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a thing I really want to give up. Yeah. And yeah, I
Hmm.
love that attitude that you're saying of just like, screw it. Like
Screw it. We
who
don't
am
have to
I
be
doing
that.
this for
Yeah.
anyway? Me,
Yeah.
for something I created and I
Yeah.
self-imposed on myself. Like I
Yeah.
decided this was important for some reason. Like, but why? Like,
Yeah.
so I think that's a really awesome exercise. But yeah, that's what I want to leave behind.
Okay.
Shame
That's me.
spirals.
It sounds
And
like easy to say, but it's gonna be work
I
for us to
know.
do that because
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
because it's
just
such a habit. It's
yeah,
ingrained. It's like a
it is.
neurological like habit. Your brain just
Hmm.
like goes there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of work for sure.
All right, let's leave the
Okay, what are
shame
you bringing with
behind.
you?
What are we bringing with us? I'm bringing my phone breakup into 2025,
Yes.
2026 in ways that are adaptable for long term. So that, and I want
Yes.
to keep writing. I've really enjoyed writing again. I
Yeah.
really enjoy the story I'm working on, and I want to continue. So those are the things I'm taking with me.
Yes. I cannot wait to read the finished story. No
Yeah, neither
pressure,
can
but I am excited to read it. That's awesome. I also want to bring the phone breakup with me in structured ways. So figuring out what that looks like, how to build that into our lives, maybe getting a landline, building in a regular digital Sabbath, I think, and then figuring out routines with the brick, I think, so that I really stick with it because I've tried it in the past, but I got to figure that out.
Yeah.
And then I really want to bring, this is kind of the other side of the coin of leaving behind the shame is like, I just really want to focus on self-compassion, like
Yeah.
being nice to myself and
Yeah.
not beating myself up. And I mean, that's another one that just takes a lot of practice and work because I have
Yeah.
got 40 years of practice
Yeah.
that I have to undo. But I just find so many things come back to self-compassion, like
Yeah.
just being kind to ourselves.
And it's like we know how to be kind to other people. Why can't we do it to
Yes.
ourselves?
Yes.
I'd be
And
like,
just gracious.
apologize. Yeah, or so I don't know. I just like it's hard to do for yourself. Very hard.
Yeah. Because it's we've just been practicing it for so long, you know,
Yeah.
of being mean to ourselves,
Yeah.
frankly.
Yeah.
So I want to work on that. I think I also, knowing this ADHD diagnosis now, I really want in the next year, I'm kind of excited to embrace some like tools and resources for that. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought about, you know, yeah, just looking into some tools and we can talk about that in terms of like things I want to try, but maybe even like an ADHD coach, or
Yeah.
I've even thought maybe this is the year I get back into therapy
Yeah.
or some version of that. I just think
Yeah.
it could be really helpful. But there are books I want to read and just things I want to dig into to see how I can support myself better and not
Yeah.
feel guilty about that.
All right. I love it.
And then, yeah, a
I
creative
love it.
practice. We have this plan in our house to turn, we have this big, like, bonus room, front room, and we want to make it a big, like, creative space so we can have, like, painting and all kinds of stuff in there. And probably, like, a no screen space.
Yeah.
That would probably be a great, like, no phone zone.
Mm-hmm.
But I am energized to get back home and, like, get that set up and, like, create a space so that maybe more creativity can happen more regularly,
Yeah.
too. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Make it easy. Accessible is good. 'Cause
Make it easier.
I struggle because I
Yeah.
don't have that room. I could probably make one, but
Yeah.
like when my daughter wants to do all of her painting or bracelet making, all this
Yes.
stuff, it just has to be on the kitchen table. And then
Right.
it's like, where do you store this stuff is another thing I'm struggling with. Like, even
Yeah.
though I have a big house and I feel like I have enough closets, it's like I don't have like I need like a game closet and like a craft closet and
Yes.
like it's just I can't figure that out. But
Yeah,
I hate
totally.
to put pressure on ending this because this has been lovely. I need to
Yeah, we
run out
gotta
and
go.
take my daughter to a birthday party.
Yes.
But next time we talk to you, it'll be next year. So happy New Year.
Yay! Happy
Thank
New
you for
Year.
making our podcast a success. And
Yes,
Lauren,
thank you
I'm
for
proud of
listening.
you and I'm proud of us for doing this, committing to it. And now you can't say you didn't finish something because we followed through a whole year of podcasts.
true.
So we're still doing it. We're still doing it.
We did it. We finished
did
it. We
it.
did a whole year.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of you. You've done so many big things. You have an entire new business that you
Yeah.
created from scratch, which is
Yeah.
amazing. And we're doing it and getting
We're
better
doing
every
it.
day.
We
And
are.
proud of you. Happy New
I'm
Year.
proud of you. Happy New Year.
Yay.
Till next
Happy
time.
New Year, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye.